Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video that I've made for you. Today we're going to take a look at something that I've been asked numerous times to do in the Discord, and that's to help people understand and use OBS Recording Studio. So for those of you that don't know what OBS is a recording software that is native in Linux, Mac, and Windows. It is used by countless YouTube creators. Pretty much, I think it's the standard of recording software digitally on any platform that you're using, whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Rumble, whichever ones it is. Everybody uses OBS to record their stuff in, and then they edit it with various different editors, from DaVinci Resolve all the way to Kdenlive to Shotcut, just tons of things. But the confusion therein lies on how do you actually start using OBS. And so that's what we're going to take a look at today. Before we start today's video, please take a minute to do me a favor and help the channel out. Please hit that thumbs up button on this video, as well as the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. And if you can, share it with all your people and friends. Pass it out there, let people know. Any attention to the channel is great. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and take a look at OBS and then learn how to set up some scenes and that kind of stuff. All right. Here we are. We're at the desktop right now, and as you can see, I'm in this box right here. This is what it looks like. This is what I wanted to show you right here is scenes, and how you could add scenes and make things into each scene. And then of course these are your sources, and then as you can see, I have vertical scene layout as well, so you could do this to make shorts with. So if you go over here to docs, I could enable the vertical here, and now as you can see, I have my vertical layout over here. I'm going to disable that for right now because I don't want to cause confusion for anybody. So let's go ahead and undo that, and we're going to actually get rid of any of these vertical scene sources and transitions and all that good stuff. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to declutter this a little bit so that people can understand. Okay, and so now this is what you're greeted with when you initially get into OBS. This is what you will have down here at the end until you start doing the vertical scenes with the vertical canvas enabled in order for you to record your shorts at the same time. It's a cool little tool. We're going to do a video on that as well. Either way, you have these here, right here, which is your scenes, the sources for your scenes, your audio stuff, and then your scene transitions, where you can make a stinger, which if you see when I go in between something, that right there is your stinger. I made that myself. There are some people out there, you can get fibers that can make it for you. They're really cool and that kind of stuff. Or you could learn how to do it yourself. There's great tutorial videos out there on how to do that. And then, of course, you've got your actual controls over here. These here, the start streaming controls and manage broadcast, those are added because I've connected my YouTube to my OBS, or you can do that with Twitch and everything else. So you could actually launch your stream from right here in the app. Now, what I will tell you is that these are done when you connect the app in OBS, but you don't always get that option in the standard repository natively installed app. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I usually find it to be available only in the flat pack. And I use a flat pack because I want the latest and greatest of everything. There's many distributions out there where you may not have a browser that works. The web browser won't work, or this doesn't work. This connecting of your account doesn't work. So let's go ahead and switch to a regular scene collection. This is what you will actually have. Once you install OBS, you're going to get a setup screen. You're going to select whether it's for streaming or for recording. You could do either one. It's okay, because I'm going to show you where the settings are to adjust some of the things before we do the scene setup, because those are going to be important, is to know where your settings are. So you've gone through the install, you've done the optimization, which if you take and I go here and I do this auto config wizard right here is what you're going to get greeted with. You can optimize for streaming or recording, or optimize for recording, or you will be using a virtual camera. I do always recording, and then I hit next. and then it's going to ask you to pick this canvas size, and then you're going to hit next, and then it's going to this step right here of optimizing all the resolutions in the background to get them at the right frames per second so that it can be up based off of whatever, and then you choose, it'll wind up choosing the 1920 by 1080. And when it's done, I'll unpause the video. Oh, it's done. Never mind, that happened really quick. So then now you would click apply settings. So you're going to hit apply settings and you're going to be fine. That's just how it works. But you go here to settings, you open settings. Under general, you can select your different themes right here. For those of you that like the dark theme, whatever, the default is a Yami, which is fine for me. Now for the stream, okay, this is where you can connect your account. See right here, you do not get this option right here in some of the native repository ones. So I don't know why. I can't figure it out. So you go to output here, and of course I've already got stuff set up in here. As you can see, it uses the software for the video encoder of the H.264, but you can go, we're going to go to advanced. Here, under Advanced tab, this is where you can actually select your encoder to be the FFA VAP, and then of course you could use your graphics card for encoding right here, which is a lot better, as well as if you go here, if you have a NVIDIA, you want this HEVC right here, this is the one you want for encoder, and then of course the AV1 up here and up here. This is all software. Okay, the H.264, but if you go here, this is hardware. And of course, if you go to the AV1, I'm not sure if it's the AOM or the SVT. One of those two is actual Intel Arc AV1 encoding. So you just choose the one that's appropriate to your graphics card. Now, down here, you can set your bit rates and all that good stuff. That's a little bit more. We're not going to go into detail for that, but you could also set the, like I set my bit rate at 8400 for streaming. That way you get a little bit better quality. For recording, you could do the same things. And set your bit rate here. I upped my bit rate a little bit more for recording because with recording, you don't need the bandwidth for connecting to the internet. You could jump that up to a lot more. Now, mind you, the higher the bit rate is, the more larger your files are going to be. So if I bump this up to like 20,000, 30,000, which is 4K, I'm going to be looking at huge file sizes, you know, even for MVKs, and when it renders out on MP4, it's going to be even larger. So just remember that. Now for audio, you could set up your bit rates for audio, and also your replay buffer. You could actually do this to 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever. This is for streaming. For the most part, and also your replay buffer for if you do your vertical canvas, you can adjust this as well. So that is a look at your settings for your output that you're going to want to set for your recording. And that's what we're talking about today, recording, not streaming, just recording. So now you have just one basic scene set up in here. And the first thing you're going to want to do with this scene is you're going to want to rename this thing. So let's rename this to Cam for whatever camera you're doing, because obviously you want to be on the video, right? It's like when you record your intro or whatever, you want to be in the video. So you're going to have to set up a cam scene, right? But you could set up cam or the title of your, like I do the Linux too when it's just me. So anyhow, so I hit that and I hit enter, right? So now you want to go over here to sources. Now, if you go to scenes here, you can see you could add another scene, that's about the most you can do for this. Plus you can delete this scene. You can open scene filters right here if you want to add filters. So I want to, you could do, like, you can apply LUTs, chromas, all that good stuff. I don't want to jump ahead, but I want to show you that that's an option right there. As you can see, there's always these menus down here that you can do, and you could also use this to move the scenes up and down. Also, if you right click in here, you can go to switch to list mode, right? Or you can do grid mode. I like grid mode, which is like radio buttons. Now, also, if you have the scene up here and you actually have a filter selected, I think you can select it right here. Oh, there's no source. This is for the sources. That's right. So now we want to add a source. So we have our scene selected. This is the scene we're going to build up when it's just going to be us in the actual view. So we're going to add a source. Now these are all the different sources you can pick from. I'm not going to go over each one of these, but as you can tell, this one I've got Pipewire installed, so I'm using Pipewire right now because I'm on Hyperland Wayland. Pulse Audio is available as well. And then You've got a browser, which is a browser source, which is this sometimes doesn't work in native apps as well. Then you have color source, where you could actually, do like a blue background or whatever. And then you could actually add an image. So what we're going to do is we're going to capture a video capture source, right? Which is going to be device right here, the Pipewire beta, or you can do the device for VL2. Now, both of these work. Pipewire beta, that is being said, anything that's beta, I wouldn't trust 100%, but if you're just fooling around, goofing around, you might want to try it. But I'm going to do the V4L2, so we're going to select that one, and we're going to call this, you want to name it appropriately. Like if it's your webcam, you can type webcam. If it's your DSLR, you can do your DSLR. So I'm going to hit DSLR, hit OK, and now, as you can see, I am on here. Now, these are in each source, you actually have settings that you can adjust. Like I could adjust this, I could adjust the resolution to 1920 by 1080. I could do this for 30 frames per second. Color range, I could add color range to make it full, so now I have more color. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well to fine tune your camera. So we're going to hit OK and accept these settings right here. And now we have me on camera. Hi guys. My camera's right there. How you guys doing? As you can see. So now what we're going to do is we have a source selected. So now say we want to put like a little penguin or something here in the corner. So we could select an image, right? And we're going to call it, pic. Okay. And then we're going to hit OK. And then now we're going to browse for a source. So with your file picker, let's go to pictures and let's go to Aurora. And we're going to do select. And there is our Aurora symbol. So we're going to click OK. And so now you can just grab it here in the middle of the square. You can drag it anywhere you want. Okay. And so now we're going to resize it by dragging these corners. So you can make it just as large as you want that way. So we'll place this right here, right? Call that good. Now say I want to zoom in to me and make me bigger on this scene. So what you can do is you can go right here. Once again, you want to start with the transform fit to screen. Then you want to go here to transform edit transform, right? You want to stretch to bounds. Stretch to bounds, we're going to hit OK. And then now you do this. See? And then you want to just do this till on the side till it's just me in the box. And so as you can see, now I am stretched into the box. I am zoomed in. There's no distortion on my picture. It is just me. Hi, how you guys doing? And that is how you can get your camera in. So now, how do you get those fancy designs where you're like showing a picture with you in the bottom corner? I've been asked that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to do that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is understanding nesting of scenes. Okay. It's important to do that because if you want to try to maximize the amount of information on a screen and sometimes be able to switch between one that doesn't have one or something that's totally different where you're not in it, you can create special scenes for that. If you get in the habit of doing that, that's the best way of doing it because it helps you set things up in a way that is much easier to use and navigate through, and you have a lot less sources as you the first few scenes you create that are the initial way and design of how you want to create your video that you're recording is important to sit down and map out how you want it to look so that you can create the specific scenes for it first. And you could put all the different sources into one or two different scenes that you could just nest within another scene. And I'll show you what that is right now. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to create a new scene. Okay. And we're going to call it wall, and we're going to hit OK. Okay. So now we're in our new scene. Now we have no camera. We have nothing. You don't see anything here at all, except for just a black canvas, which is every time you get a new scene, that's what you're going to have. Nothing. So if I switch here, you have just a camera and me with the little Aurora logo here. And then if you switch to wall, it transitions to wall, and there's a little transition there, which is a fade, which is found right here, which you can adjust later to different things. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our sources. So you create the scene for whatever it is, and then you add your sources. Now, the first thing we're going to do is an image, and we're going to do a wallpaper. Okay. Going to hit OK. We're going to go here, and let's go to my pictures folder, and we're going to go to... Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and pick this Arch logo, because, I mean, we've got this Arch logo right here, so we'll select that, we'll pick that, and now we're going to make that the background. So once again, we could either stretch it out this way to make it fit by moving it and stretching it or whatever, or you could right click on it, transform, and then fit to screen, and there we go. Now it's fit to the screen to be the best resolution, optimized already for you, and all that you need to do. So now that you have that, so now how do we take and how do we get our cam that we put in here on? Okay, so let's go ahead, and what we do is we click the plus, and then we're going to go to right here where you see scene. We click scene, and then we find the scene right here, existing scene, cam, and we're going to hit OK. So now we've just nested a scene within a scene. So now, once again, you have it completely, it will always open up to the max canvas size. So now you just want to drag this corner down, right? You don't want to do anything special. You just want to drag it down to have it right here in the corner. And so now you can actually move it around anywhere you want. Is you can have this here, and so like when I'm doing my distro reviews, I'll have it right there in the corner. You guys can see me. Sometimes I'm not there. And the way that happens is you see this little eyeball right next to your thing. Well, yep, just like when you close an eye, you can't see anything. Well, you close the eye, now you can't see. And so that is how you can create a scene, add sources, and nest a scene within a scene. It is very simple, very easy to do. Now, guys, that is a look at setting up OBS and using OBS with very few simple steps, and you could actually start your recording journey. And guys, let me know what you think of this video down below. Comment down below. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Also, join us on our Discord. If you please want to support the channel, you can do that either at our Buy Me Coffee or just become a channel member down below. Either way, y'all keep doing what you do. Keep on listening. Stay blessed. Stay safe. And above all, I will see you in the very next one.